Marsha Q has returned with her next video, and today we're going to do something a little bit more serious. I'm going to talk a little bit about how I've had to deal with depression, and ever since I was like a child, I used to go through mad mood swings, and I could be happy one minute, and I can go into a rage shortly afterwards and not know why I was super angry, and then I could be depressed, and I guess back then I used to just blame it on my period, or maybe it was just some mood swing from, hormones, whatever, going through my body. And throughout my 20s and 30s, I really didn't know I'd get into such a deep depression. And man, I'd be crying and bawling and not know what to do. And not until like my late 30s, early 40s, did I get a really good handle on what was really happening. I'm bipolar and I have ups and downs. Sometimes I can be like super happy and high and just going, going, going. And then I come home and I've been on that high for so long. So I've been, out doing things and that and having fun. And I come home and I'm like, I'm kind of like still a little high, and I come down a little bit. And then there are other days when I'm like 2 steps from slitting my throat. And unfortunately, it's like, I don't know when it's going to happen. It's just sometimes I'm just sad and I'm lonely and I just don't know what to do. And my brain turns on me and it's like, you know what? There's really nothing that you have to look forward to. You should just kill yourself. You know what? You could just, kill yourself today. And it makes me think like, oh, you're lonely and nobody loves you. Nobody wants to date you. And it doesn't matter that you're fat. Even if you're skinny, nobody wants to date you. Man, my head turns on me something awful. When I'm depressed, it just like kicks me down as low as it possibly can. And then, as much as I love music, and if you know anything about me, I listen to music constantly. I listen to music to sleep. I listen to music to get dressed and take a shower. I listen to music right before I get to work. When I'm waiting to go to work, if I got to work early, I listen to music. And when I'm on break, I listen to music. So music is like my sanctuary. It's my everything. And even sometimes then, that can turn on me as well when I'm depressed and I'm kind of low, especially if the song is about love or relationship or something. And my head's like, well, no one's felt that way about you, or how come nobody feels that way about you, or you've never really been in love to feel like this, or has never felt like this before. And it's just, there's this one song I love from BTS, and it says something about, oh, I can't remember, something about I want it all. And I tried hard to resist, but I still want it all. And my head's like, oh yeah, you want love and you want this and you want that, but you can't have it because there's something wrong with you why you don't have it. Man, it is just like, oh my God, I can't listen to music anymore because it's just like messes with my head. And normally I turn to metal at that point because then most of it's not about love or relationship, so I can just kind of zone out. But for the most part, I normally am like weeping and like crying, and because I live with other people, I have 2 other roommates that live upstairs. I normally try to keep that kind of quiet. I don't want anybody else to come in here and try to comfort me or know that I'm crying or know that I'm upset, because there's nothing anybody else can do about it. Nothing anyone can make me say to make me feel better. So a lot of times I'm just crying and I'm just weeping and I'm just sad and I'm like, I don't want to live right now. And then I just have to go to sleep. But I'm so exhausted. There's really no other option. Is that I just have to go to sleep, and I just lay down and go to sleep. That's it. And I sleep for like 9 or 10 hours. And then I wake up. And for the most part, I'm done. That's it. The next day I'm like, okay, onward to the next, moving on. The mood has passed. I'm okay. And it is just terrifying to know that sometimes you could just hit that little cliff and plummet down. And something that does help me is that a lot of times I make goals, like plans. Like, I'm going to Vegas later this year, and buying the ticket is a big deal because when I'm in that low period, it's like, well, I can't kill myself now because, I have already paid for that ticket to Vegas. I'm going. I can't waste money. Just my head won't let me. And then after that, I have a cruise in February, and it's like, well, I've already paid for that cruise. I got to go. So at least I have to wait. I can't kill myself until after that point. So it's little weird things that I have to do to help myself get out of those low periods sometimes. And it doesn't always work, but I'm also a huge narcissist, so I'm always always like, well, I can't really kill myself because people get lost without me. Plus, I don't have insurance right now and I need life insurance so my sister and my nephew can live well. And then on top of that, because I watch all those shows about, the body farm and cleaning up bodies and all that kind of stuff and, the cleanup crew from crime scenes, I'm like, well, I don't want my roommates to have to worry about my body when they find it and, if the blood and everything has seeped through that. So, where can I do it? Maybe I should go find a hotel to stay at for the night. And then, okay, can I afford this hotel? And where should I go? And how am I going to do it? I can't slit my throat because I'm a wuss and I don't like pain. And I really don't have any meds to sleep, to poison myself or, sleep. So, what am I going to... And then I go through this whole process of like, well, how am I going to do it? And then by that time, I'm like, well, okay, it's probably not going to happen. I'm probably not going to be able to do it. And that sounds fucked up, but I don't know. It's just this weird cycle that I go through. Now, I could go to the doctor and get meds, but unfortunately, there's a lot of things I can't take because of my diabetes. A lot of things, my kidneys, I can't take because my kidneys are already fucked up, and other drugs, it's just like, nope, that's just going to make it worse. And on top of that, I don't really want to be a zombie. And it's only every once in a while it happens. It's not often. Which is another reason why I think I've talked in other videos how I need sometimes days alone. If I'm in a relationship, I always say I only need you like maybe twice a week and have maybe date 2 guys and date both of them twice a week so I have 3 days to do everything else. There are some days I need to be alone, not talk to people, hide in my room, and maybe say hi to my roommates or something, but I need to decompress. I need to non-people. I need to just be and just listen to music and lay on my bed and be a slack ass. And then there's some days I want to be sociable and I'm like super happy and, I'm just having a great day. And there's sometimes I have to work even though I'm not feeling my perky best. And sometimes I've said before, you have to fake it until you make it. Sometimes you just have to get through the day. I have a very social job where I am talking to people and trying to get them to buy beautiful clothes for, thick girls. So I can't be moping around and depressed and think they're going to buy things for me. It's just not going to happen. Plus, that ruins their experience when they come into my store. So sometimes I just have to suck it up and pretend to be another person for that day or that moment. And that's just how it is. Now, it is very weird to talk about because, I grew up in that generation where, there's nothing wrong with you. You don't take pills, you take meds. You know what? If you're sad, get over it. Plus, my mother was one of those, you got 20 minutes to whine, excuse me, she said 10. I gave my friends 20. You got 10 minutes to whine about something and then you need to get over it. Either figure out a solution or learn to deal with it. And so that's always in the back of my head. You can't be depressed. You have to move on. And a lot of times that does help me because I'm like, you know what? Your legs are working. You live really good. You're not even poor. I mean, there's some things you can't do, but you live really well. You go on trips. You do this, you do that. So you can't really be whining about anything. So suck it up and move on. Sometimes that works. And sometimes I'm like, yeah, I know, but I'm still depressed about being lonely. Even when I'm in relationships, sometimes I still get depressed and I'm like, you could do better. Why are you with this person? Are you settling? And it's just, sometimes just my brain turns on me. Like it's another person, like, trying to chip away at the confidence. And it's like, I know that. So that's why it's like, okay, just go to sleep. Don't even think about this. Go to bed. You've cried enough. You've, listened to a whole bunch of sad songs because you're not trying to get out of it. You're trying to go deeper into the hole. So you listen to even sadder songs. So because I know that and because it's been so long and so many years, I just know what I have to do. I have to get myself out of it. Drugs are not going to help me. No one else can help me. It has to be something that I do for myself, figure it out and deal with it and move on. And then again, music does help a lot because there's some songs that make me so happy. So when I hear them, I have like a special playlist for like when I need to be happy. That songs that just, oh God, I love it every time I hear it. A lot of it is BTS. A lot of it is K-pop. And that is, something that makes me so happy, which is why another reason why I love it. It just gives me that little bit of edge sometimes to, oh, I'm just happy. I'm excited. I love it. I think about how cute they are, how sexy they look when they're dancing. And, it distracts my mind a little bit. Yeah, in the back of my head's like, you can't have them, so you should be depressed. But, dude, it's celebrities. No one can have them. Very few people can get to them, so shut up, brain. But, yeah, I just wanted to vent a little and say, it's a lot of people who have that problem, even though for the most part I'm pretty happy most days of my life. But there are days when I'm a little low, I'm a little sad, and I just have to get myself out of that depression all by myself. So I don't know what other people do, and feel free, anyone who's watching, to tell me how you help yourself get out of depression or what you have to do. And I'll talk with you. Thanks for listening. Marsha's out. Bye.